All right, we have Demons versus the new Space Wolves in Purge the Alien. Where I'm assuming that demons are the alien. And we got the city fight here. Dawn of War deployment. It is night fighting. And what's in the Space Wolf list now?
Got 1 unit of 4 last cannon long fangs with an attached rune priest who has Jaws of the World Wolf and Living Lightning. Got 15 blood claws.
That's one squad?
This is one squad on the bottom
Okay, on the bottom level.
Bottom floor is one squad. It's 15 blood claws with a wolf priest.
Yeah.
Up here I've got 4 long fang missile launchers, the long fang ancient, and an attached rune priest who has Fury of the Wolf Spirits, and Living Lightning.
So that's your primary power.
Yes.
All right, and then you got in reserve, you got a bunch of drop pods and stuff.
Bjorn in the drop pod.
Bjorn.
Locator beacon. Grey Hunter pack in the drop pod. They've got 2 melta-guns and 1 power sword. They also all 3 squads have the additional close combat weapon purchase.
Because that's what they were modeled with.
Yes. Surprisingly enough, I'm weird that way. Well, most of them were. Some of them weren't. But anyways, going on drop pod those guys, drop pod those guys, and then the Rhino squad actually has 2 plasma guns instead of 2 melta-guns.
And this has outflank.
Yes, and that rolled up outflank because I'm playing the Wolves Unleashed attachment.
Wolves Unleashed. And then that's Termes.
Termes with Arjak, Flamer Power Sword, Twin Lightning Claws on the pack leader, and then 2 Thunderhammer Storm Shield guys.
All right, and ignore those corn demons there. The demons have 3 soul grinders. One of them has the gaze, the other 2 have phlegm. 2 units of plague bears, 1 unit of bloodletters, 2 great unclean ones, a corn cannon, 2 blight drones, and then already deployed are Screamers of Tzeentch, my other set of troops, the Nurglings, Beasts of Nurgle, my Warlord Great Unclean One, and a Herald of Tzeentch, who has...
Tongue? Is that Mr. Tongue or not?
Mr. Tongues was not the Herald. The one who wants to give you the tongue, Tongue is... sorry, he's not my Warlord. And he has the Warp Beacon, and this guy has Precog and Prescience. And then they've got like rancid visitations and vomit and all that sort of fun.
And all kinds of nurgly
nurgly goodness. Okay. Can I seize? No.
That would be the opposite.
All right. So in turn 1, his movement, nothing on that side of the table moves. These 2 drop pods land dead on. Bjorn gets out. Dudes with meltas. So there's 2 meltas here. Get out. And there was another movement, so on to psychics. End of psychic phase. Okay. So so there's a lot of shooting at the Screamers. He killed 2. This Herald of Tzeentch went to ground, which is good because they got hit with missiles. And these guys have jinked, so they... Snapshot. Yep, they snapfire, being that they have nothing to shoot with. It doesn't matter. The Meltas failed to kill them, and Bjorn hears Hellfrost things scattered way over into the hinterlands there. So we're on to Demons, round 1. Demon movement was kind of brief. He's still laying on the ground, so he's standing up. This guy moved through some ruins. Beasts come sliding over on their slime trails. These guys fly to here. He takes a wound from Dangerous. And we're on to Psychics. His Iron Arm off. Takes a Perils. Do you want to roll all your dice to see if you deny it? You might as well. He was close. He got 2 out of 3. I got 3 successes and Perilled, but he's fine. So Iron Armed up he is, and we're on to shooting. Shooting is done. Nothing happened. And on to the assault. So the assault phase, the Screamers and Beasts win, but the Screamers took some pretty heavy beating. There's only 2 of them left. That Beast took 2 wounds, and so on a 5-up, he gets 1 back from It Will Not Die.
Very nice.
And we're stuck in combat here, and now we're on to round 2 for the Wolves.
Round 2.
And no one has scored any points.
No, sir.
So
no psychic powers.
There's no psychics here. The movement, these guys come in, this is icon, whatever it's called, teleport locator beacon. So they're gonna kill these Nurglings. It happens. Nurglings either survive the whole game or they die right away. Grey Hunters come piling out. Those dudes are just standing up there. These guys, apparently their mission in life is to protect the Long Fangs, which you can see how well that works. And
how many casualties my Long Fangs taking, Will?
I haven't shot at them yet.
There you go. They're doing a great job protecting them, aren't they?
Yeah. All right. And yep, there we go. And we're on to Psychics. I think we just passed Psychics, and now we're on to whatever we do next.
Shooting.
Yeah. Shooting. He killed a Nurgling and put a wound on another one.
Yay!
And the Nurglings have gone to ground. Alright, so in the combat, Bjorn here is the champion. He does a bunch of instant deaths, kills the Beast of Nurgle, and because of that, my instability checks just caused me to vaporize. But I did kill two Space Wolves.
Grey Hunters.
So, yeah, 2 Grey Hunters. So, Space Wolves are now 3 points to Demons 0 at Demons round 2. Movement. This Soul Grinder with the I-Beam lands here. Actually, he deviated into the building, but he didn't fail his dangerous test. He's just hanging out. This guy did fail a dangerous test, but made his invulnerable save. He did not fail. Great Unclean One goes rumbling forward. These guys, Deep Strike here, take 2 dangerous tests passed. He starts standing up since he keeps going to ground. And everything else is still in reserve. So, Psychic Phase says 1. His Iron Arm got denied, and he failed on his Life Leech. He made the roll, but he failed to hit with anything. Well, actually, wound. He hit and then rolled a 1. All right, so we're on to the shooting phase. This Blight Drone, by the way, is flying right there. Soul Grinders, I think we already covered that. So, what happens with the Warp Storm? A 9. The shooting phase, total failure. These guys went to ground, so they can't throw their blind grenades. Killed a whole bunch of Grey Hunters, but not enough to score any points. That Blight Drone killed 2 Blood Claws, and that was it. So far, it's still 3-0, and we're on round 3.
Yes.
All right. Reserves.
Tara, 3 or better.
Now I'm going to do that.
No. This is Rhino outflanks in here. He's got some sort of special ability that lets it come in from reserves when he wishes it to. 1 unit per turn. Because of Fenris, that's what it was. Whatever that is. Something about Space Wolves. These guys get out. They're going to try to take this one Soul Grinder down. Large guys come in with the hammers. They get into coherency. Bjorn, we don't know what he's doing yet, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't used Bjorn yet.
We had to do a check to see if Hellfrost could remove these guys from play, but since they have no wounds, no. And priests are moving. They're going to try to Living Lightning that Blight Drone out of the sky, which might happen. And there'll be a little bit more moving. And then we'll go on to Psychics.
Yeah,
so on the Psychic phase, he rolled a 6. He's got 8 dice. I've got 9. Guys are just getting knocked. That terrain is dangerous on their side of the table.
It's all dangerous.
It's all dangerous. Guys have been falling off the table, breaking all that stuff. All right, so I don't know how many dice you're rolling, but
4.
4?
So
okay.
Warp charge 1 max.
All right.
You need 4s or better. Or maybe he won't.
Yeah, he won't.
This guy.
That guy.
Same thing.
4 dice. Got 2 successes. You got it.
7. By the way, this is what. Oh, you're still recording. So
oh no, you guys. 3 shots, strength 7. You need 6s to hit me.
2 hits.
Wow. Okay. That Blight Drone took a glancing hit, and now we're on to the assault phase.
Oh, now we're on the shooting.
Shooting. Sorry. Now. Yeah, that was psychic shooting. Now we're on to shooting. Shooting phase. He loses his Dreadnought close combat weapon and takes a hull point. And these Nurglings friggin' rock their saves against a flamer and do well, only taking 1 wound. And that was it for shooting. Oh yeah, maybe we didn't sum this up in shooting. He blew up that Soul Grinder. So at the end of shooting, Soul Grinder just gets blown up. Assaults where these Terminators charge that Plague Hulk-looking Soul Grinder.
Simultaneous.
Yep.
Because I should have ran him last turn.
You should have run him last turn. You want to run him? Okay. So this Blight Drone, he's actually here. I just don't want to actually physically lose the model. Everything came in except for my Plague Bearers that went back into reserve. Bloodletters land here. That Blight Drone's there. This guy walks to here. This guy comes in on the icon. That guy comes on the icon. Deep strikes, mishaps, invul saves. And he moved 2 inches. Yeah, he is a great unclean one. And this guy moved down. So he's down 1 level. He finally got to do something.
Turn where he wasn't eating last
and yeah, and we're on to 6 more warp charges. All right, so this guy takes perils, takes a wound, but he does kill 2 blood claws, which is really not equivalent. He gets Iron Arm off. That guy was prescience, but it was denied. And now we're on to shooting. So what does Warp Storm say? 8. So in the shooting, this Blight Drone, who's hovering right here, fails. These guys are going to take a leadership check because they lost 1. They're failing again. Bjorn says...
Bjorn says, you stay!
You stay, which is Bjorn. So these guys have failed like 3 or 4 times so far. And I guess 3 times, and they come back every time. And other than that, I killed a bunch of those guys on the bottom, but they're fearless. And that group up top was skull marked, but it doesn't matter because I can't charge. And we're on to round 4, where Demons have scored 0 points so far.
Yeah, but dude, I'm just holding you off. It's gonna come. I mean,
coming.
The units were like.
Sorry, we got a combat here. Nurglings win combat here, believe it or not. Killing a Space Wolf, not taking any wounds themselves with 4 5-up invul saves. And now we're on to round 4. Still no points for Demons. All right. You got no more reserves.
I got no more reserves, so...
So movement, those guys come up. Those guys just stay where they are.
Yep. Bjorn moved up.
Bjorn moves.
Those guys shuffled a little.
These guys are going to try to help their buddy who's getting killed by Nurglings.
He's shamed.
He's truly shamed as a Space Wolf. And those guys are going to charge the Plague Hulk. Soul Grinder, who's only got 1 whole point left. Failure, basically, because that guy survives.
He made a save, so.
Khorne Demons, they failed to deny the witch, but then it was all 1s to hit them, so Khorne pretty much said, quit your psychic crap, and we're on to the shooting phase.
Shooting.
Okay.
No kidding.
Okay, so in the shooting, this thing's been glanced twice, but it's still fine. Due to the fact that you can no longer immobilize chariots. And outside of that, that's it for shooting. So this guy survives, and we're on to the assault phase, where assaults occur.
Here.
Yeah, they can't fail. They're in.
Here.
They're in. So Space Wolves are now up to 6 kill points because that thing that's just wrecked, and then the Nurglings die in close combat, as to be expected. And now we're on to round bottom of 4. These guys deep strike in right here. They're fine, and everything of mine is on the board. It's still alive, and we're on to movement. Chaos has still got 0 to 6, so we're done with movement. Everything's pretty much coming forward. This guy came down. They're just hanging out because why not? I'm trying to deny him victory points. And we're on the psychic phase where we get 2. And I've got, 2 dice plus level 2, level 1, level 1. Okay. At the end of movement, psychic phase, he gets prescienced. Life leech failed because of deny the witch. And we're on to warp storm, which says...
3.
Oh, that's bad. All right, he survives. Rolls a 4 on his instability check. And so now we're on to actual shooting. Still not scoring any points. On the shooting phase, I killed some dudes, and they skull marked them, and so we're going to do charges. That is going to charge the blood dudes. Bloodletters accomplished something, killing 7 guys, losing 4, thanks to the skull mark. And it's round 5. Game could end this turn, in which case it will be a crushing victory for the Space Wolves. Since I've still scored no points.
Because I've got units with 1 and 2 guys left.
Yeah, I should start targeting them. So now he's playing to win. He's got 6 to 0. These guys are coming here. They're moving to there. Hulk Hogan's there. Bjorn, he's hiding. Bjorn stays where he is. That thing popped smoke. They're here. Those guys bunched up over there, so all but 1 last cannon's going to snap fire. And those guys are still locked in combat. Dudes up top don't move anymore, and we are on to Psychics, where I've got 4 dice to begin with, plus 3.
It's 5 dice.
Psychic phase, Space Wolves wreck the Khorne cannon, giving them 7 victory points. And I can no longer skull mark stuff for combat, but not that it matters. And
we're fearless. That's why we didn't have leadership.
So we didn't do leadership, they were fearless. All right, and now we're on to shooting, where shooting begins. All right, so combat is over. I finally got a point. Bloodletters killed all the blood claws or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's 1 to 7 because he killed the chariot. And we're at the bottom of 5. They're coming up. He's there. It's in hover mode. It's still flying. These guys come walking up here. We're onto the psychic phase, which says 3 dice.
So I get
3, and then I get my 4 for my guys. Nothing happens in the psychic phase, so we're on to shooting. Done. I got myself a victory point for killing a drop pod. Did these guys run?
Having leadership check them.
We'll see.
Yep.
Oh. They do run, actually.
Yeah, they're not within 12
They're not within 12 inches of Bjorn. They're going a good 9 inches. The better question is, does this dude run? His unit has been wanting to run all game.
2 dice, roll me an 8 or less.
8 or less?
8 or less. He's not running. All right. So these guys fail their charge, but the Bloodletters, of course, kill the Rune Priest. And the other, or Wolf Priest, the other guy, is he a Rune Priest?
Rune Priest.
The Rune Priest is running from the Great Unclean One.
Because Marines.
Yeah, he's a Marine. So the game did not end. It is currently 3-7, and it's round 6. They're like putting tables up here at the store.
Yeah.
It's usually a sign.
Yeah. Hey guys. They're gonna shoot the hovering.
Okay, they're going to shoot the hovering thing. Bjorn hides, and these guys auto rally. That's there. They're there. If they're coming up something, he's hanging out there for the line breaker. And we're on to shooting, or psychic. Sorry.
Oh, this gets a line breaker too. But.
Yeah. Psychics.
Psychics. So I get a whopping 7 dice.
7 die psychic phase. That guy became a monster on his perils. I got a 6, so he's ultra powerful, and he killed the Bloodletter.
Yay.
And now we're on to shooting.
Okay, now the shoot.
Anyways, shooting is done. They killed the Plague Bear. And on the assaults.
I have none.
Oh, and that thing got shaken because it was immobilized. All right, so it was on to Demons. All right, so he hovers to there, goes to there.
If you're gonna hover, back him off, and that way you can throw the blast.
I got a flamer. I can't miss.
Oh, that's
So-
AP3.
No.
The blast is AP3.
Yeah. Well, then I'll just go to here then.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm helping you beat me.
You're helping. Yeah, you're helping. All right, so he hovers to there, but he's snap firing, but he's twin linked, so and he shoots like an orc anyways. Doesn't move. Yeah, we're there. So psychics say 5 dice,
I got 7.
and I got my 4 from my psychers. All right, so he's prescient, and the black dude there, not the dark light green one. He's Iron Arm. It's just the way it is, and that's it. So now we're on to shooting. Warp Storm says, don't roll double ones. 6. Around, but still not close enough. 5-7 at the end of shooting. We killed the lone guy that was going to be a lone wolf, but he was too shamed after the Nurgle death. Nurgle himself just killed this lone dude with Glorious Rot. And we're on to the assaults where those Bloodletters charge that dude.
Overwatch.
It's on the wire here. These guys charge the drop pod. Those Bloodletters charge that Rune Priest and block the Great Unclean One. So Rune Priest goes first. All right, that's it. He won that. Got another point, and these guys are charging this drop pod. It's not going to matter because Space Wolves are going to win, but we'll see what happens. Yep, it's going to be 8-6, and the game does end, and we didn't have to fudge it. Yeah, so Space Wolves win. Both sides are going to have line breaker. No one's going to get killed the Warlord, and he's going to get 8-6 there in a very close game.